holidays, I had an opportunity to catch up with a former colleague, and I was reminded um, about his interest in bird watching and his videography work. So this friend years ago was just fabulous in sharing his passion for nature. And when my dad could no longer go out into snowshoe or to feed the ducks, this gentleman was so kind to send his bird watching videos and pictures, and I he sent them at that time on DVD, and I would share them with my dad, who was an avid computer user. So he would watch them, and basically this just took him into a virtual reality of being in nature. And so I was reminded of my friend's kindness, and I often thanked him for helping out and being so kind to my dad. And so when we were chatting, I thought, you know what, I'd like to make him something. I'd like to knit him something. He's definitely knit worthy. And so I went searching on Ravelry after he and I had been together, and I found these Songbird mittens, and I thought this is absolutely perfect for him. So this is a design by Erica Heusser, and it is a purchase pattern on Ravelry. It calls for fingering weight yarn, a US 2, 2.75 millimeter needles, and you need about 300 meters of yarn, 320 yards. I don't have 2.75 millimeter needles, so I just used 2.5 needles to create this um, beautiful design by Erica. I I ordered the yarn on Boxing Day. I went online and I saw this King Cole Rebel sock yarn, and I flipped through the colors and I found this Renegade, and I ordered it. And I knew that I had some cream alpaca that a friend had picked up at a thrift shop, and I had been using that alpaca. It's acrylic alpaca, and I've been using it with a number of projects, so I knew the two would go together really well. So I tucked it away, and then come the new year, I pulled it out and thought, okay, now it's time to make these mittens and share them with this gentleman. So I pulled out the yarn and I looked at it and thought, oh my gosh, what was I thinking? It was so bright. And I was like, oh my, I don't know. I knew that he would like blue and green and gray, but wow. When I looked at this, I thought, well, this is really bright. But I had bought it, so I thought, you know what, just go ahead, just make them. So I started, and it is a cuff up construction, and you start with a really with a ribbing, but the ribbing is really actually quite tiny. And the first one that I started with, I was like, ooh, I love how these colors are turning out. It was kind of a green, and then it went into a blue, and the cuff, that ribbing is really tiny. And then you get into the color work that makes it look like a cuff. It's not any purl knits, it's all knitted in the round, but it's beautiful color work that creates that cuff motif at the bottom, which I just love. So then I was like, oh, I loved how the color was changing. I was so excited about it, so I just quickly kept going with the pattern. I loved on the front to see the bird and the, the bird come to life, the branches of the tree where the bird was sitting, and even on the inside of the mittens, the design that was there. You put the thumb on hold and you just keep moving up um, to create that point at the top of the mittens. I finished that first one and I was just so excited. I I absolutely love the color. I was really happy with it. And so I finished that first one and went right into the second one. The second one starts more, and you can see it's more of a turquoisey at the bottom. I'm not really a fan of that, but I'm not a big blue fan. Even though you can see I've got blue on today, but I'm not a big blue fan, and that turquoise didn't really appeal to me. So I'm really glad the first one I did had that darker greeny blue at the bottom, because that excited me. The turquoise, I just thought, oh, well, here we go. And I just kept, obviously I was going to do the second mitten, but I'm glad that was the second, because the first one, it had me so excited because I thought the color was just perfect for him. Love, love, love Erica's design. There's nothing that I changed. I followed her pattern to a T. There wasn't anything new here that I learned. It is color work. I had done that before, but I just love the inside of the thumb, the inside of the outside of the thumb, the outside of the mittens. I just thought the design was beautiful. And another friend, Melissa, who I follow, I think it's Miss Liss Knits on Instagram. I'll put her handle up here. But I follow her because she's a beautiful sewer and definitely an amazing creator with yarn. And she had said, Karen, go and check out Erica's other designs. And I had never done that. I just had searched for bird mittens and these came up and I loved them and I bought the pattern. But when Melissa said, look at her other patterns, she's got great patterns. I did. I went to Erica's page on Ravelry and wow, if you love nature, you have got to check out her design. She has owls, dragonflies, butterflies. They're absolutely stunning, stunning pieces of art. And I will for sure be using her patterns again in the future. If I want to do any nature scenes for anyone, I'm definitely going to look to Erica's patterns. If you like songbirds, check out the Songbird Mittens. They're a purchase on Ravelry and they're absolutely beautiful. I have mailed them to my colleague. I have not yet heard from him, and I'm sure I will once they arrive at his home.